Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Tales from the Rails, Episode 42. Percy tries his best. Percy the little green engine works very hard all day on the island. From pulling mail to pulling milk tankers, sometimes Percy can feel underappreciated. I can do important work too, said Percy to the big engines. Just you wait and see. The mail's important, I do that every day. Oh, little Percy, when will you learn? Bigger engines can do bigger things, more important than your little engines. Percy grew crosser still. You'll see one day you'll be proved wrong. And he stormed out of the yard, quite cross. That day won't come soon, said Spencer. He began to laugh, but Hank and Bowler didn't. Now why'd you have to be so hard on the poor little engine? He works his little wheels off every day. And I'm sure he'd sometimes even more than you. Pa, said Spencer. Huh, I can outwork him any day. I'm faster than him and stronger than him. But are you really useful like he is? Of course, I'm the Duke and Duchess's private engine. I can do whatever I want. Suit yourself, said Hank. But that little engine can do big things. Percy then grew very determined and worked harder than he had ever done before. He was rushing around the island frantically. Percy even finished all his work by tea time, but it still wasn't good enough for him. Sir Topham Hatt was speaking with Skarloey when Percy puffed in. Sir, sir! Sir Topham Hatt turned around to speak to him. Yes, Percy? Do you have any more work for me? More work, laughed Sir Topham Hatt. Oh, Percy, you already done with all your work for the day? Yes, I am, said Percy, and I'm eager to do more. Well, this is unusual, said Sir Topham Hatt. Well, you can go help Donald and Douglas in the yards. They're trying to haul a heavy goods train, and you can help organize it. Yes, sir, said Percy. With that, he stormed out. When Percy arrived, he found Donald and Douglas there. Heck, Percy, I'll be glad to see you. We need to sort the train here, and some of the cars are missing. Yes, said Douglas. Some of the trucks are missing. I'm on it, said Percy. And with that, he went out to go find the cars. Meanwhile, Oliver was racing to the countryside. Is this really necessary, Mr. Oliver? Yes, said Oliver, it is. Mike was late at the ballast hopper, and sadly, we're going to be late for Donald and Douglas. Just as Oliver and Toad had passed by, Percy came by looking for the same trucks that they were hauling, and he completely missed them. And soon Oliver puffed in with the trucks. But Percy had no idea that he had arrived. Oliver then arrived at the yards, nearly out of breath. Oh, here are those trucks you wanted. Sorry, Mike was late at the ballast hopper and barely got these things loaded up. But where's Percy? Said Douglas. Yeah, said Donald. Percy was supposed to be looking for these trucks, and I guess you just blew by him. Yeah, said Oliver, I didn't really see him. But that's not good. We need someone to sort these trucks, said Donald. Oh no, said Douglas. We'll be late too now. Don't worry, said Oliver. I'll do them. I'm a pretty good shunter, and Toad usually assists by. Yes, Mr. Oliver. I can keep these trucks in order. Thanks, Toad. Soon Oliver finished, and the two twins were coupled up and ready to start. Ready, Dougie? Said Donald. Ready as I'll ever be, said Douglas. Come on, let's get started. And they tried to start, but the train was super heavy, and their wheels just strained. Come on, Dougie, put your back wheels into it. I am, said Douglas, responding quite scornfully. We can do this, said Donald. We need to go back to Scotland. That's where we get our training wheels back. And soon they started, but ran short of steam and had to stop again. Oh, no, this is not good. We're never going to make it to blend them now. Oliver, would you mind helping us, please? We need help to blend them. Sorry, said Oliver, but I got a train to pull in about 15 minutes, and I'm waiting for you guys to get out of the way. Maybe if Percy comes back, he can help. Say, where is Percy? Percy had given up, and so he retreated back to the yards. But while on his way back, disaster struck. Derek was shunting a truck and dipped a mail car too far, landing it over the level crossing. Percy saw this and screeched on the brakes. He stopped from him tipping over, but parcels and packages went everywhere. The commotion was heard from the yards. Look, said Douglas, there's Percy. Then Donald shouted, Percy, can you hear us? Donald, Douglas, is that you? Where are you guys at? Percy, we found the truck, said Donald. Turns out Oliver just had them and you barely missed them. But the trucks are too heavy, said Douglas, and we need your help. This is your fault we got stuck, Dougie. If you were trying, we could have gotten out of the yards. My fault, eh? Well, if you were trying from the front and pulling, actually, we might have gotten out. Not me, you. It's you, Dougie. Is no. Is two. Is no. Is two. Quiet, said Oliver. Don't want to hear you two bickering. Percy will be over here in a second, and soon you guys will be on your way to the docks. Sorry, Dougie. Maybe it was my fault. No, said Douglas. I'm sorry. I wasn't giving my full effort. I'm sorry. Quiet, said Oliver. Percy will be over here in a second. Oh ma, you two just can't stop fighting, whether it's good or bad. I would know, Mr. Oliver. I'm their brake fan sometimes. Soon the mess was cleaned up and Percy quickly puffed over to the yards to help Donald and Douglas. And soon Percy was coupled to the back of the train. Ready? He called out. We're ready, called Douglas. And with a mighty strain of the wheels, started turning, and soon the train started to depart the yards. We're doing it, called Donald. Good job, Percy, called Douglas. Thanks, said Percy. Remember, never, never, never give up. We can always do it. Aye, thank you, Percy, they said that night when the journey was over. We're sorry we were bickering all the time. We couldn't have done it without you. That's all right, said Percy. Always here to help. And just remember, said Douglas, we heard about the fight earlier with Spencer. Little engines can do just as big things as us bigger engines can. Ah, said Percy. I proved my point today, didn't I? Yes, you did, said Donald. Good job today, Percy. We're proud of you. Why, thank you, said Percy.